If you want to be successful in life, you have to buy it. Nothing is free. If there's anything you're enjoying right now in your life, somebody somewhere paid for it or is paying for it or probably will pay for it, but I'm certain nothing is free. So if you are enjoying something in your life right now, or you are experiencing some level of peace in your life right now, or everything seems to be working well in your life right now, it's because a sacrifice has been made. There just has to be a payment. Okay, so look at you, look at you yourself. Do a bit of self-reflection. Look at how far you have come, and think back to what made that possible. Your sacrifices, those late nights, those nights you didn't get to sleep at all, your parents' sacrifices, giving you all they have and all they had to make sure you had the right education and that you had the right opportunities. Think about all of those that had to happen over several and many years for you to land where you have eventually landed. Those did pay off, didn't they? They absolutely did. Now, this is where I am going. For you to continue to experience peace, progress, and for you to continue to expand into more territories, you will need to buy more space. That is how life works. So you've been able to go to school, someone has been able to pay the fees, you're going to come out, get a job, and you're comfortable, you're doing everything and everything is fine. Probably you even got married, you have your own family. If you can dream, then you would have to buy. If you want more out of life, then you would have to buy more out of life. I mean, if I want more physical assets, I want to buy an apartment, I want to buy a warehouse, I want to buy an office space. I wouldn't wish that my way would die. I would sign away my cash. I would sign away, I'll get a mortgage, whatever, but I have to pay for that to come through my way. That is the same way life is. You would have to pay for more if you absolutely want more. So think about your aspirations like assets that you're buying. And it is okay though to be content for you to say, you know what, I've been able to achieve so much in my life, I'll just stay here and dwell here. I mean, there's no problem with that. There are no obligations whatsoever. They're just consequences. So if you do want to expand in your life, you do want to grow, you want to see yourself grow, then you'll have to pay more. Let me give you a simple example I'll give you. So you've gone to school, you studied accounting, for instance, or you studied economics, whatever you have done in your undergraduate days, you've come through, you've gotten a job. Well, you know that for you to continue to grow in your field, you probably need to take a professional qualification exam. Now, except you've been placed on a scholarship, you'd have to pay for it. You pay the registration, you pay exam fees, you buy books, and whatever. Some people even go ahead and pay a coach or a tutor, whatever that means. I'm trying to paint a picture for you that what you're looking to become is costly. What you're looking to achieve comes at a price, and you must be willing to pay the price for it. Okay, so all the payments that you will need to make are not necessarily monetary. So it's not as though you have to pay cash for every single thing. I remember in my days when I was doing my CFA exams, I would pay off so much in paying for the exam fees, and I will pay so much to tutors as well. I'll pay for I'll pay for materials, I'll pay for videos, I'll pay for whatever it is you can imagine. Beyond that, I'll pay with my time. So instead of me going out with my kids during summer breaks and all of that, I will be heading to the office to go study. All my annual leave will go into me preparing for the next attempt. And there will be mornings where I would wake up at 4:30 a.m. to study, to be able to get at least 2 hours before I start preparing for work. Or it was painful. There were sometimes I literally cried. Like, I was tired. I didn't understand why I had to do all of this. But it's not going to be just monetary. It will be non-monetary as well. Okay. Some will require you. There are some prices that will require you to just be humble. Like you're choiceless, like you don't have any choice. Yet you will be very courageous. Like a hungry lion. Okay. Some will require literal tears, blood and sweat. You would have to grind it out. Some will require that from you. So you need to be ready. You just need to have that mental frame where you're ready. Some will demand from you sacrifices you never thought you could make. You would not think that you could do it, but you will. I know I was having a chat with someone who was saying to me, like, I don't study this way, or I don't like to approach my studying this way because I just cannot be bothered. I'm like, when you get to that point, when your back is against the wall, you will do whatever it takes. Again, back to when I was writing my CFA level 3 exam. After work, I would typically, during the summertime, it was not as busy, so I'll typically leave work around 6:30 p.m. kind of situation, sometimes 7 p.m. situation. When I leave the office, I'm tired already. I just want to go home. I probably studied in the morning, maybe between 4:30 and 6:30 a.m. before I start preparing my kids for school. So in the evening, I'm already exhausted. I finished work. I'm heading to the train station. There are 2 coffee shops on my way into the station. In fact, 3, but there are 2 that are typically opened at that time. There is Starbucks and there is Tim Hortons on the side. As I'm going home, something tells me, alright, just put in 1 more hour. Once you get home, you'll be tired, you just go to bed, you sleep. Just get into one of these coffee shops. Both of them, I think, close around 10 p.m. Just get into one of these shops, get a decaf, and study. Because my back was turned against the wall, I just wanted to pass my exams. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So this is around 7 p.m. I will get into one of them. I don't even like decaf, so I'll take proper coffee. And I'll see myself actually studying up till sometimes 10 p.m. when they actually close. And then I'll go home. So if your back is turned against the wall, there are some things, and that would not be me personally. I would rather go and sleep, wake up early the next morning, and have a consistent schedule. But this is extra. So it requires extraordinary measures if I wanted to pass compared to others who will be taking the exams. Okay? You may have to walk the paths where the light barely reaches. In the dark, one step in front of the other. Okay? But you have to keep going. You have to keep going. So the price you have to pay sometimes will plunge you into moments when silence is your only ally. You don't want to talk to anybody. You don't want to have any human interaction. You just want to think. You just want to be left alone to be able to chart the course of your life. Whatever the case may be, if you want more out of life, you must be willing to say what is the price and then get down to paying the price so you can buy more space for you to thrive. Thank you very much for listening and watching. If you like what you've watched, please make sure you subscribe to this channel, you like, you comment, and you share this video so others can see it as well. Thank you very much for joining me in this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.